Hello again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. I hope you're all having the most amazing day ever so far and thank you so much for joining me here today. We're building in Forgotten Hollow today on this 30 by 20 lot, which is of course the world that came with The Sims 4 Vampires, which, fun fact, is actually one of my favourite packs in The Sims 4. But we are building like a creepy church cemetery kind of lot. But this lot isn't really what you think it is. This lot kind of has a hidden agenda, if I can even say that. So basically it's a multifunctional lot, so your Sims can get married here. You can use it as a karaoke bar, you can use it as a regular bar, and you can also use it as like a hangout spot for your Sims as well. So what I wanted this to be, I didn't really want this to be just a lot that your Sims could walk past and you could take some nice screenshots in front of. I wanted you to be able to visit this lot with your Sims and actually do something here. So this is what we decided to do with this, and I'm just so incredibly excited to share this build with you all. I'm really proud of this build, and I'm going to be honest, The Sims 4 Vampires and The Sims 4 Castle Estate kit came in so handy with this build. And speaking of packs, I feel like I should mention that I do actually have a creator code now, which is RachelPedd. So if you visit thesims.com or if you want to buy any packs through the EA app, you can actually use my code, and what that does is it directly supports me as a creator and also supports the channel as well. This is not a discount code, but what it does do is it just supports me. So I would just like to take a moment to thank everyone so much everyone that's been using my code. If you're thinking about using my code, thank you so much. It really does mean the world to me. So I just thought I would pop that in there, but thank you all so very much. And yes, so the exterior is coming together really nicely. As I was saying, the Castle Estate kit came in so handy with this build. It's probably one of my favorite kits that we've received in a really long time. That, along with is it the Storybook Nursery kit, which is one of the latest kits that we've just received. Oh, just chef's kiss, superb. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like the Sims 4 kits are just getting better and better and better. And I am so thrilled to see that they're actually including creators as part of the kit creation process, because these people are pros. And I feel like the quality level is just going up and up and up and up and up. And I'm so excited. I really am. But yeah, anyway. Enough about packs, enough about kits. Yeah, exterior is coming together super well. I did work from a few different reference images that I found on both Pinterest and Google Images, so I'm not going to bore you and put them all up on screen for you. I was probably working from about 2 or 3 different ones to achieve the look that we ended up going with this build, but then I also took some creative liberties here and there, as well as I typically do with all my builds. If I'm ever using a reference image, which is 99% of the time I am using a reference image, I will always add my own spin on that reference image. I'll like RachelPeddify it, you know, so that I make it a little bit more my own. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if anyone else does that as well, but yeah, this is pretty much the overall shape. And then what I do is I go into the debug menu of vampires, because we all know that we got some really cool tombstones with vampires. And one other thing, I'm just going to throw this out there, because I wasn't aware of this until today, okay? The Sims 4 Cottage Living actually came with some really cool headstones, and I had no idea until today. And I'll actually point out when we're using them in this build. We're not using them right now. All of these are from the vampire pack. But I was like, okay, since when did Cottage Living come with tombstones? I'm sure there's people out there that are like, well, yeah, I knew it came with tombstones. Clearly I live under a rock, okay, when it comes to certain things. But yeah, I had no idea. So I was thinking, okay, yes, Cottage Living coming in there. I mean, I use that pack for so many things, in truth. I think if you're a returning viewer, you already know this. I adore Cottage Living as a pack. But yeah, tombstones? Really? So yeah, I do end up adding more of them in there. But yeah, what I wanted this build to be, just to return to what my kind of vision was with this build. I of course definitely wanted it to have that autumnal spooky vibe because it is October, finally, my favourite time of year of all time. I love spooky season, so all the builds that I'm creating in October and a little bit into November are going to be spooky or Halloween or whatever themed. But I am going off track for a second. But yeah, wanted it to be spooky, of course. I wanted to include a cemetery because of the new pack that's coming out, The Sims 4 Life and Death, which I am, by the way, so excited for. But I'm sidetracking once again. Wanted it to be a multi-purpose slot because I wanted you and your Sims to be able to use this and, you know, utilize it in its best capacity. So, you know, you could even throw parties here if you really wanted to. Birthday parties, anniversary parties. You could celebrate Spooky Day here, of course. It's a fantastic lot. And I'm not just saying that because I built it, because I'm normally my own worst critic. But I am genuinely proud of this build, and I just really hope that you and your Sims have some sort of use for this, whether it's to throw parties or whatever the case may be. I'm hoping that at least one person can find a use for this build. But I think it fits in really well with the world of Forgotten Hollow as well. And I do believe that without fail, I think I can say this wholeheartedly, every single spooky season time of year, however you want to phrase it, I build something on this particular lot in Forgotten Hollow because in my opinion, in my personal opinion, it's the perfect size, it has the best lighting, and it has the nicest backdrop as well for the screenshots. It just works so incredibly well. So I've no doubt we'll be sat here next Halloween, next autumnal season, and I'll be saying the same thing again. I built on this lot yet again. Because even in my last build, you know, that I mentioned at the beginning of the video where I did like a Pinterest to Sims sort of spooky edition, I built on this exact lot as well. So some of you, if you've already seen that video, some of you might be getting a little bit sick of seeing this lot. I'm personally not. I think the entire vibe has completely changed. But yeah, some of you might be getting a little bit sick of this. I'm just adding some final touches to the landscaping here. I start to find all sort of different items from the debug menu, and I just keep pulling things out thinking, oh, that would look really good, that would work really well there. And this is where this is where I pull out the tombstones from Cottage Living. Oh my gosh, Cottage Living, you have once again surprised me. Thank you so much to whoever decided to add tombstones to the debug menu in that pack, because thank you so incredibly much, because the tombstones in the build were starting to look a little bit samey, and then the Cottage Living ones kind of add this little bit of diversity to the tombstones. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, I think it just works really well. And then we're just finishing up like on the finishing touches, and then we move on to adding more tombstones, because why would you not? And then this is where we just kind of carry the landscaping round the build as well, just adding more detail so that it doesn't look ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna be honest for a second with you guys now. Okay, did anyone else play like the original version of The Sims? And then The Sims 2, The Sims 3, and The Sims 4. Okay, so I'm an OG Sims girly, and there's a reason that I'm mentioning this. So when my sister and I used to play The Sims 2, right? We only used to. I say we. It was probably just a me thing. I only used to decorate places and walls that like were up. You know, like when you do the half walls up, right? I never used to decorate all the walls in the house. Did anyone else do that? And that just reminded me, like when I was saying, oh yeah, I'm just carrying the landscaping through the entire build. Because me, I'm going to show my age here, 15, 20 years ago, would have, yeah, I know, right? Would have not even bothered with the back of the build, because I'm like, yeah, but no one's going to look, no one's going to see it. Now my brain is like, right, yeah, come on. The entire build needs to be filled with detail here. I mean, let's be serious for a second. I've no idea why I'm admitting to that on this particular voiceover. Bit embarrassing, but Saved by the Bell, we have moved on to the interior of this lot, and this is where things get a little bit interesting. You know, I feel like a lot of people would think, well, it's just going to be a church inside. Now, technically it is. I did keep the layout kind of like a church, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as and when I place the items down. But this is like a DJ booth. We've got the karaoke machine going on here, and yes, I do switch the karaoke machine round because when I was playtesting this particular build, my sim was facing the wrong way, even though like I took it as the arrows were facing the correct way. But I'm not going to start blabbing on about that because nobody cares. That switches round so that when your sims are doing the karaoke, they're facing the audience. Just wanted to make that clear because I don't want anyone watching this thinking the karaoke machine is the wrong way round. Yes, it is currently, but we switch it round. We switch it to the correct way, and we add these beautiful wall sparkles, and I just think they look so good. And this is where I was still trying to figure out what I wanted this build to look like on the inside, and really what I was wanting to include as well. I was still trying to find my footing with the entire process, and I think I hit this sort of moment and I was like, right, let's just do this. And then I just take off and I just start adding things and finding things. Like my wedding stories even came in so handy, because I did, like I said at the beginning, I wanted it to be a multi-purpose slot, so technically your sims can get married here as well. And I do believe that this church, you know, way back when it was built, I'm not going to talk about when it was built because I'm not too good with that stuff, but like this is an old building, okay? I feel like a lot of people would have got married here, a lot of sims would have got married here back in the day, so I wanted to pay homage to that. Yes, homage. I wanted to pay homage to that in the build, so that's why we've got these benches here and then some like wedding bits, but then it's also like a bar and a karaoke bar as well, and a bit of a hangout spot. I just wanted it to be like this big thing, so I'm hoping we nailed that look. I think we did. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments down below if you kind of like this lot type, if you like a lot type that's a little bit more like more than one thing, you know. Anyway, yeah. Add some bar stools here as well so that your sims can either sit on the benches or they can sit on the bar stools to watch the entertainment, whether they're watching the DJ or whether they're listening to the karaoke. And then we do add a dance floor as well with the disco ball from the Party Essentials kit, because like why would I not do that? And I also use a lot of lighting from the Party Essentials kit as well, such as the strobe lights, the fog machines. When I was taking the screenshots, this particular area of the build looked so good, and I wanted it to have this kind of chic, sexy, kind of dark vibe as well, you know, whilst paying tribute to the original structure of the church as well. And I'm pretty sure we achieved that. I think we did anyway. Using a lot of items from Lovestruck as well. I've noticed watching this back. I did use a lot of items from Lovestruck, and we did get a lot of incredible items with that pack. I remember when I first got access to it and I was like, okay, the build by catalogue is genuinely stunning in this pack. And then I'm going to be honest, I did struggle with what to add on these walls here on either side of the entryway, and I'm pretty sure we just changed them out for some wall lights just to keep things kind of super simple. I was initially going to add like the glitter, you know, the glitter that we've got on the other walls where the karaoke machine and the DJ booth is. I was going to add like that sort of detailing on these walls, and then I thought, nah, I think it'd just be a little bit too much. But looking back, I do kind of wish I'd have added them, but it's okay. It's one of those things. I often look back on my builds and wish that I'd added stuff or taken stuff away. It's just natural for me. And then just adding some like more clutter pieces, such as this little book here, which I can't remember if it's from Vampires or Realm of Magic. Anyway, I digress. We are now at the end of the video, so I really hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like to download this lot from the gallery, you can do so right now. My origin ID is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, are linked down in the description box just down below. You can get them for free from SimFileShare. But thank you so much everyone for joining me here today. It really does mean the world to me. You all take care, and I will see you again next time. Bye!